like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction. Sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning. As the war machine keeps turning.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shaman Sundays. I'm your host, the tired paranormal Brandon Cooper. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room in an undisclosed location somewhere near the Kentucky-Tennessee line. Hello, Penny. Good evening. Good evening. So there will be no lighting of the sage because I'm in a hotel room and I really don't want to pay $250. So if you have sage at your house, please light the sage. And like we do at the beginning of every week to get rid of all that crappy BS energy that we bring with us, from the week. When we start the week over good. Scott Horn. That man is a sexy man, Scott Horn. I mean, I can't help, y'all, he puts motorcycle pictures up. I want to be this man's backpack. Scott, buddy, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Got a little. So I guess I should explain while I'm traveling. We went up Supernatural Inc. Up in Kansas City. I was hanging out at the lab. We were making some stuff. Some of y'all may have seen my lives where they left me alone in the lab. And well, that was, it was great for the people that tuned in, but it was, they should never leave me unsupervised. Well, we did a thing in Potosi with Paranormal Task Force. That was fun. We've got some more fun stuff with Paranormal Task Force coming up. Chris, what up, buddy? I'll do our thing here in a minute. You know what? I'm going to do it now. Hey, Chris, I see you back there coloring. If you don't come down here, God's through with you. The devil's got you. I ain't shitting you. That's right. For those of you who don't know, Chris, he's newly appearing in these paranormal things. Chris and I served in Iraq together in 2003. So he's a great friend. Thank you. And thank you for your service, Chris, even though I had to do most of your work and we hung out in your office all the time. Just saying. So yeah, we've got some cool stuff with Paranormal Task Force coming up. I know we've got Pythian Castle. I don't know if it's sold out or not, but you can go to paranormaltaskforce.com or you can go to www.supernaturalinc.paranormal.com and you can see all the events coming up. That's right, buddy. Oh, but yeah, so I'm traveling back home. It's a 14-hour drive. Then once I get there, there's going to be some exciting, I've got where's my camera? There it is. I have two really cool locations that I'm keeping a secret that I will be doing in June. So I will tell you guys about those when it gets closer, but it's going to be super fun. What else do I need to cover? Hey, let's put Mama T's up there. I'm going to advertise her one more time. And then now she has her own show, so she can do it. We'll do Mama T's Herbs. I'm a little slow. Sorry, guys. All right. Hey, look, there's Mama T. What does Mama T do? She's a wellness coach. She's a wellness consulting. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies, but she does. She's a birthing doula. She makes tinctures, customizable tinctures. She's the only herbalist that I trust because, well, I know her and I love her. Hey, Greg Koss, what's up, buddy? And I know where all the herbs come from because I help her get them. And the tinctures are amazing. So check her out, www.mamatsersherbs.com. We also have whoa, that's me. That's not the slide. That's me, guys. There. I think my producer is back there. Maybe I should stop pushing buttons. Yeah. My producer's telling me to stop friggin' pushing buttons. All right. We also have the Shaman Smokes. These are 100% all natural. You can mix it. For those of you in places that are legal. You can also mix it in that stuff, and it's amazing. Or you could smoke it as is, 100% natural. Help you quit smoking. So, yeah, we got that. Let's go back to the comments here. Hello, Kim, Becky. Hi, Beck. So I didn't get to see. Did you have fun with girls' night the other night? I know you were going out karaoke, and hope you had a good time. It's about damn time you got out of the house and started living your life. Super happy for you coming out of your shell. You've been through a lot. You deserve it. I got a great guest, y'all. Oh, he is with. Hey, can I pull? Okay, I'm not supposed to push buttons, but will you pull up those slides? He is with Underground Paranormal Network, proudly sponsored by like everybody and their brother, because that's how good the dude is. We'll go to that next slide, and they do stuff like this. Well, that's 2022, but all right. Anyway, they do stuff like full town stuff. Maybe not. No, they don't do that anymore. Hey, get rid of that crap. Can't believe I downloaded that. Back to Paranormal, Underground Paranormal Network. See, that's where it's at. That other crap, don't worry about that. That ain't nothing. So we're going to learn more about that. And he's the tech guru with Nick Groff on the show Deathwalker. You know what? Let's just bring him up and we'll get into it. Austin, what's up, my man?
What's going on, brother?
So it's called the show The Train Wreck because I don't ever know what the hell's going on. But
yeah, it looks like a train wreck. It's so far. So
you know, but you just can't look away with all the fire and everything.
It's entertaining, man. I mean, it just will draw the crowds. You know what I'm saying?
It's what I do. It's what I do. Let's talk first. Let's talk a little bit about Underground Paranormal Network. Tell me what you do there and what happens and what you guys offer.
Well, the Underground Paranormal Network is all about kind of putting what I call underground locations, meaning like not mainstream, putting those kind of locations on a bigger map, like putting them on the paranormal map, at least getting them some kind of attention, because these buildings are just kind of sitting in these small towns. Nobody's ever heard of them. And it's, the biggest effort that we can make is to help with preservation efforts, whether that's we're going out there cleaning and sweeping up things, or handling the tours, going out there and sitting on site while these teams investigate, so that these teams can investigate, one, and two, right. It does help to the owner doesn't have to do as much as he would if he were to try to take it on himself. We have a whole bunch of people that help out with all that. And we've been able to really help a lot of these locations. And so we just offer not just the locations as individual, but you can do the location deals, like booking 5-6 locations if you want to. I know that poster that you put up there was a little dated, but
slightly dated.
Dated, but our new poster, basically we have it reformatted where you get so much off every, it's kind of that way though. The more locations you book, the more you get, a higher percentage you get off. But we have 7 locations at the moment. And those dates, if you were to book them, you can spread them out throughout 2023. So you don't have to do them back to back to back. You just get 7 nights of your choice throughout the year. That's kind of how it works.
And that's pretty cool. Just go like the one-stop shop for, hey, I want to go here, here. Right.
Convenience. Yeah.
Super smart.
And so then I'm big time into the tech, and that's how I kind of started working with KD, of course. That's how we became friends. And so my whole idea was take these locations, right? Bring celebrities to them, right? Put those guys like KD and all these. This was before he went on the TV show and stuff, but put him out there on the same stage, and I know that it was great that the show took off for KD and everything like that, and he still does amazing stuff. Jay Prather, one of my close friends too. He his stuff has taken off. Took off really a while ago with Ghost Adventures and Haunted Towns and all that stuff. But all these guys that do the equipment and stuff are doing like really great work. You know what I mean? So I've just been supportive of them from the start, and I just kind of implemented that into the Underground Paranormal Network because I consider the network more than just the locations. It's like the locations, the equipment. I'm trying to make it, like you said, a one-stop shop, but it's not like an ownership of anything. It's more like we're just connected. We're just kind of a broad network of different things that you can find, and people come. It's like going to a mall, right?
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. A mall.
I like that because So,
like a paranormal mall where every other own companies will have their own stops there, right?
Right, and and I like the fact that you do ITC devices, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But also, you're not afraid to put other people that do ITC devices right there with you, and I have seen some ITC builders that are very how should we say? You get it.
Yeah. What's a good word for that?
I don't
childish.
Okay, sure.
I would say threatened. Like they're not trying. They're isolated from the rest of the community, and they try to and I get it. It's cool, but you don't have to be a dick to everybody.
Exactly.
If other builders are trying to show you some respect, maybe offer a piece of advice, and if it's said in a respectful way, I mean that's the big thing, right? You got to come at it with a respectful approach. Like, hey, dude, I love what you're doing, but hey, you might want to watch. You might want to be careful with this stuff because I've been down that road. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then they want to jump out, and they tend to throw names and try to come at you personally because they don't really have much of a. Oh, Jim. Hey, be in the lookout in your mail, Jim, soon. But yeah, those people, I just think it's insecurity. It's really all it is. And it's not necessarily just insecurity, but it's also
ego. There's ego involved.
I think they want, or I don't know. I think there's more than just ego going on with some of these people, just because I think that, I think that they're scared of something.
Right.
They're scared that, they see it as a competition. It's a competition. And it's not a competition.
No.
I tried to do a lot of work over the last, 5-6 years to kind of repair the ITC community. Because if anybody knows Steve Huff, right?
Yep.
The infamous, famous, however you want to look at him. He kind of threw a wrench in the gears that was the ITC community before. He kind of it wasn't really so much about money when everything before Steve Huff came around and made it about money, and a lot of people got screwed over by this dude. So there were a lot of broken pieces, right? Animosity between different builders, and it started to become a competition again. But I kind of just looked at it. I was like, you guys were missing the point here. There's so many freaking people in this field. There's no lack of customers, so it's really not a competition. The only competitiveness maybe is to try to outdo each other, and that's not,
and that's
but
okay.
That's outdo each other, not in the sense of money or sales, but outdo each other and who's going to figure something out first, right? Who's figuring out new paths, like scientists do, right? Scientists are not about the money. They get grants to do work. So everything they do is based on if they can make the discovery or if they're going to do it, right? So the more that we work together as, minds in this field, the better off. It's only beneficial to the field itself.
Congratulations, Carol Garcia. Pull that. Okay. And we got Greg Call. I'm going to take a second here to tell people, some new people that have joined. Hello, Dina Rowe. Do I know you, Dina Rowe? No, we had an awesome time last night with Dina. We were out at Shoal Creek Living History Museum.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that was the first time I'd ever been out there. So that place was.
I haven't been out there yet.
Well, it took me 7 years, and you've known KD longer than me, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that one out by them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Shoal Creek live. Yeah. That's their version of the village that I have, because I have a village out here, and that's their village over there. So it's cool.
Yeah, I mean it was cool. We had a little campfire and hung out. Good times.
Mm.
And then we got Tim Lovejoy. What's up, buddy? And Anne Marie. Hey, sweetheart.
Anne Murray?
And well, I wish. Anne Marie. That's that redneck in me. You can I sound so damn country. Oh, it's
nah, man. Anne Murray, the beloved Canadian singer.
Right. No.
Right.
Yeah. Carmen, hello.
Singer, I think. Right.
And then we had what is this? Hold the record. We have 953 live viewers. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. That's amazing. I couldn't have done
That's
it.
a hell of a crowd.
Dude, apparently I just broke the record for the so that's awesome.
Hell yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, it was you, Austin. Bro, it was you. Okay,
Nobody comes on to see me.
It was Colleen. It's Colleen.
What?
It may that I would believe more than me.
No one knows I exist.
She exists.
I mean, I didn't know you existed until I met you. So
Very true.
you know,
Very true.
I'm just. She's a. If those of you that have not met Colleen, which is probably everybody, she's amazing. She is a fireball.
Oh, yeah.
She's a pistol.
Oh, she's an assault rifle. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that one. Okay, we're not going to go down that road. We're not going down that road. But, so, what are some of the we'll call them the Austin boxes, or like you got some cool little what was one of them, the Scooby Doo?
Oh, the Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
I've done a number of those actually. The one I just did, I shipped out, so I don't have it anymore to show it to you right here. But I've started doing these boxes, like I call them the Reaper boxes. The Reaper sound actually has a kind of a tin can. Like if you were to play the speaker into a tin can,
right?
Like a bigger coffee can, that kind of a hollow metallic sound. Like that's kind of what it sounds like. And it's a really cool effect, and the boxes are I really like the sound of those ones, and to be able to do it in the Mystery Machine was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. And you also do another box that I think was amazing. I didn't get a chance to mess with it at the Haunting at the Mill, but the TV scan box.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Oh, you know who taught me how to do that?
Oh yeah, because I heard it for like 2 weeks while I was up there. Yeah, I told him how to do it because I don't feel like messing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Well
That's literally. I mean, it probably was because I kept bugging him. Because I was that dude that was like, I'm going to call this dude. I'm going to text this dude every single day until I get my shit.
Right.
So, sorry, I didn't mean because I don't know if I can or not, but.
Oh, no, you're good.
But, no, so like, because KD, me and him are like best friends. So like when I want to buy something from him, because we're best friends, he takes a little longer with mine.
He
puts mine on the back burner because he knows that, I will be patient with him. I know, right? Tell this dude.
Like I've been waiting on my helmet for 5 years.
Oh, you're gonna wait a long time on the helmet. That's a different story, though. The helmets are a different story than the ghost boxes and all that other stuff, right? Because I mean, those are a lot more complex.
Yeah.
So, and plus, he has to 3D print those helmets, and those take that takes like a month or something. He said it's a long time just to do that, and then drill it all out, program it, whatever,
Right.
So that one you might, but I mean, I love the dude to death. But yeah, he taught me how to do. I mean, I was like trying to figure it out because once I started, KD actually bought me my first soldering station and my multimeter that I still have and still use. So KD was more or less pushing me to start building because I wouldn't stop bugging him to build me shit.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of how you got to deal with him. Because
I know.
I mean, squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I know KD. I know him.
Right.
You know it.
Let's talk. Yeah, we'll just go into it. Let's first of all, how did you hook up with Death Walker to be the tech guru with Nick Groff?
The tech guru.
That's what I don't know. You could name it what you want, but
Tech manager or whatever. Yeah, I know. Well, honestly, through my very good friend Dan Class, the owner of the Hinsdale House, he was the one. Him and Nick are best friends, and I guess so. He is the production manager for the show Deathwalker, and me and Dan have been friends for a long time, and he offered me the opportunity, and I couldn't appreciate him more for that. So,
are you going to get?
Well, granted, me and Nick have known each other for a long time, though.
Oh, gotcha.
I have. I mean, it really started off with like his Nick Groff tour events that he does. Me and Colleen would go to these events. We went to at least two, right? Two, yeah. So we met each other that way, and then I think he came out when we were running the Higginsport School down in Higginsport, Ohio, right on the Kentucky-Ohio border. I had emailed Elizabeth Saint to get to see if she would be interested in coming out because we didn't know. But then next thing I know, I get a call from the camera guy, Rob. Is it Safi? I don't know. I think it's Rob Safi. But I get a call from him and saying like, "Hey, it's the camera guy from Paranormal Lockdowns," and then that came out. So we spent a lot of time together there, and then it just kind of made sense. He trusts me, and that's how it worked out.
So, are you going to get some more screen time as it goes along?
Well, once season 4 comes out, I am definitely going to get screen time. I'm already going to be on the first. Well, it depends on how they order them, but so far 10 episodes.
Okay, good.
Actually, a lot. I don't know how they're gonna scramble it out, but it's based on whatever the storyline is for the season. So, but yes, all the equipment that he's using is what I've provided to them. So they trust me to make sure I get equipment from KD, get equipment from Jay and Hall Pays and all these other things. And either set up experiments or provide him with ghost boxes, whatever, communication devices, whatever he needs.
Oh, and and that's awesome. I just I don't, as a rule, generally, I don't watch paranormal shows unless, I have a friend that's on it. That's about, but,
I have the same rule, except I didn't watch KD's.
Well, don't feel bad. Nobody else did. So
no, I was just kidding.
I had to watch it when I was sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Watch parties.
Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah. That was it. They said something.
No, it's super cool though. I like his shows. I just don't really watch much paranormal TV anymore, just because it's all
right. Yep. So since we brought up Nick Groff, I'm going to ask your opinion of of the what was it, Instagram or the the video that he put out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, the whole Zach Bagans situation and Dakota and all that.
Yep.
I mean, I don't. I'm like a third party in that whole situation, and I'm like kind of just neutral on it. I'm not neutral in the sense of like, I'm not associated, but I'm neutral in the sense of like what's going on between Nick and Zach is their personal tiff. I am not going to show support to Zach in any way, you know what I mean? But that's not,
Right.
like, what is he losing with me? I'm not really going to do nothing that's gonna, like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? He does his thing, and I just, I'll show loyalty where it's supposed to be loyal, and I'm loyal to Nick and Deathwalker. So, but I just kind of stay out of it because
Well
it's not my battle to fight.
Well said. I personally, I haven't even watched it. I've just heard secondhand stuff because I'm kind of the same as you. You know what? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't like the drama, and honestly, like, I know it sucks because, like, Nick's been through the ringer because of it, and now that a lot of this stuff, at some point, this stuff was gonna come out, and like Nick's honestly just been patiently waiting for that, impatiently waiting, I guess is a better way.
Well, yeah, right.
Just because it's been frustrating for him for so long, but I think it was going to come out eventually, and I think it's starting to come out now. And now that Dakota, another person, I think that's what Nick was waiting for, was just another person to come forward as well to like back up what Nick was going to say.
Right.
Once Dakota kind of came out or made a statement about it, like Nick thought it was time to really come out and clear the air with everything. And he's been holding all that in for so long.
Yeah.
And I feel for the guy. It sucks to see him go through that, but I mean, I think he's come out stronger. At the end of all this, I believe that Nick will come out ahead because Nick's been the one that's been way more professional than anything. And Zach doesn't have a great reputation amongst people that have actually met him. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. And then I want to say hello to Wizards Engraving and Airbrushing. Thank you for tuning in. I have not seen that name in the comments before, so thank you for being a viewer. Carol Garcia says, "I love Nick." Oh, the real reason why I brought it up is I say good on him. There's a lot of people that are like intimidated by or whatever the other individual, and I've been wanting somebody to say what I have seen for a while, but I wasn't there, so I can't say anything. But
I mean, honestly, Nick will even, I think he's openly stated this and talked about it. So I could probably repeat it, I guess. But Nick and Zach didn't really get along because apparently he wanted to be the alpha. Zach is an alpha. That's just his personality. That's who he is. And I mean, there's a lot more going on there that's, that adds on to that. But,
you read his book.
Yeah. Oh, Nick's book. Yeah. Nick has a book, I think it's Chasing Ghosts, right? Chasing Spirits. Something like that. But Nick talks about, I mean, Zach I don't think Zach liked the fact that Nick was not a pushover, because Nick did found, like, he's the one that started Ghost Adventures, he's the one, Nick's dad actually loaned them the money to rent all the camera equipment to film that first documentary at the Goldfield Hotel.
Right.
Oh yeah, here it is.
They made Zach the
Chasing Spirits by Nick Groff.
They made him leader because he was fearless.
Like, this literally talks about the building of the Ghost Adventures Grill. If anybody's interested, that is available probably on Amazon and other places. I don't know. Nick, I just did you I did you a solid. I did a shout out for you. But yeah, it's just sad to see all the stuff that Nick went through, and it sucks. But like, I think that now it's all coming back out. I think things are going to change. I know. Did you see that the Discovery Network? Like, they just fired all of their top executives. Like, they just you saw that, right?
Yeah.
And so the whole situation, and a lot of it is because like they've kind of let Zach consume most of the. From what I've heard, this is us. From what I speculated.
Same with me. Yeah.
Speculative. But apparently they've let Zach kind of take over the whole paranormal side of that network, like of all their channels. Like anything that was not based on, like if it was competition to Zach,
right?
It's not going to be, it's somehow Zach's going to manipulate it to keep Ghost Adventures at the top. And a lot of it is because he has the ability to say, if he comes along, like with Nick specifically, he said, if Nick comes on, I walk, and putting those execs in a compromising position, but the execs let him have that kind of a power.
And a host
can't do that.
Yeah, a host. Exactly. And I mean, Old Boy's been on top for 25 seasons.
Give him credit.
I mean, I give him.
He held it, but at the same time, man, it's kind of like it's effed up, and you've ruined a lot of people's careers, and it's wrong in so many ways, and eventually karma comes around and will always bite you in the ass. It doesn't matter who you are; it always works that way.
Yep.
There's no getting away from it.
I mean, the universe is going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just but he got away with it. Okay, my personal opinion. He got away with it so long he thought he could just keep you doing it. And
well, I think eventually people were going to somebody in the network, because of course even the executives everybody has a boss, right?
Right.
Even the owners have a boss, and so like you don't want to. If they come along and find out that certain things are happening like that, I mean, it's really like you're killing the diversity on the show or on the network and everything. It's just so sad to see. But, I think that now, like, eventually he's going to kind of, Ghost Adventures is going to kind of, decline. It may take some time, but it will, I think it will dip down a bit. And over time, Nick specifically is he's going to be smarter. He's going to be better because of it. He's going to be, coming out on top, and he's a more seasoned investigator because of it. Right. And I think that will help him with future shows, and hopefully these major networks will reverse course. And that's all we can hope for now.
Well, I think it'll happen. It's going to have to come to an equilibrium where it's just like, hey, let's just start over.
I know. Honestly, it would just be better if everybody could just get along. It doesn't have to be competition. And I've never saw it like that because, like, when you think about it, like if your shows were back to back, I mean, like if one show's at 9, one show's at 10, you're gonna probably get both audiences.
Right.
Like it's not gonna, like, nothing's gonna, like, the ratings are gonna be very close, but they'll be higher, you would think, right?
Yeah, well,
if one's gonna watch one, they're probably gonna watch the other if they're back to back on the same channel, right?
Oh yeah, especially if they're like new episodes back to back. You're gonna keep them. Apparently, one of your buddies is talking schmack here.
Who's that? Oh, fucking! Oh, sorry. This dude.
That's okay. I had a feeling it was gonna make you do that.
Yeah, no, Matthew Jackson, man, he's a great guy. Love the dude to death. He's about to be going to a super secret place for an investigation. I believe he's going. I'm not 100%, and I can't disclose that information. But he's got quite a few of my boxes actually. He's got some really nice boxes too, and he's going to be doing some cool sessions there. So
I hope
I'm interested. I want to see.
I hope there's some lives or some video of wherever. I like watching.
Paraholics.com, people. Paraholics. It's like spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yeah.
That's where all of Matthew's videos are. Yeah, you're gonna watch everything there. He does a lot of cool stuff. Like, you guys should go check it out.
I've heard Paraholics for a while now, and I
Mhm.
don't know that I've checked it out, and I don't know why. So I
Yeah.
will be definitely going and checking that out.
That's my good buddy Matthew Jackson.
And somebody just came in, Jamie Lynn. Hey, it's okay that you're late. You're not late. You got here when you're supposed to. Congratulations. Congratulations, Shaman Man. You hold the record with 1,100 live viewers. Wow.
Damn.
Dude.
That's pretty cool.
It's you. It's Colleen. I didn't do this at all.
I'm telling you, it's not me. It's her.
No, it's got. I mean,
she's my good luck charm.
Yeah.
To say that.
So we'll have you on again next Sunday, and then the Sunday after, and then right.
Just try to keep that streak going, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Somebody should have never given the producer a soundboard. He loves that thing. It works though. Carol Garcia, thank you, Carol. I don't know where these people are coming from, but hey, we must be doing something right. And I'm kind of glad that gets you that helps you out, puts you out there a little bit more.
It does. I appreciate that.
I'm super good with that. So let's we'll lighten the mood up from that conversation to
Okay.
But do I want to move? Yeah, you know what? I do, because who cares, right? It's above my pay grade. So what am I gonna do?
Yes.
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 So what got you really, really interested in the ITC side of paranormal investigating?
Well, I like the fact, honestly, it was an Andy's box back in it was like 2017 or something. That was the first ghost box I ever wanted. And ever since that point, I started kind of diving into it more. And, I messed around with the portals just like everybody is kind of doing now. And so the more I dove into that, the more I wanted to take it further and just take it further and just take it further. And eventually, that led me to KD, led me to Jay, the Haltes, all these great names in the field. I kind of just, the more I do it, man, the more interest I have in diving deeper, because you're never going to find the answers.
Right.
The answers don't exist in our reality.
Right.
However, I think that there are ways that we can bend reality. There are ways that we can, done under specific conditions. I believe in interdimensional, multiverse type of deal.
Yep.
But there's things that, and the reason a lot of it is because of CIA documents that have been declassified. Talking to people that have been in secret military programs. I at least know a couple of them. Yep. Just a lot of that stuff is just so fascinating. And if the government was doing this and they were able to achieve a lot of these things, why? I guess I don't understand. More investigators, more researchers. Why aren't people looking into this stuff? Because this is the stuff we're looking for, isn't it? But a lot of people, I think that they don't think that they can do it outside of a laboratory. They don't have the money, they don't have the motivation, whatever. And I don't understand a lot of it. I'm not attempting that, but I know J.W. Prather is, or I know Katie Stafford is looking into some crazy, you know what I mean? And
yep.
Possibilities are endless, and so it's hard for me to lose. I've went down the rabbit hole. I'm Alice in Wonderland. I'm Alice. I just went down the rabbit hole, and but instead of eating the cake, instead of just taking a little piece of that cake that says "eat me," I put it in my pocket and I just kept going. And you know what I mean. And this is where I'm at now. I'm like the Mad Hatter at this point.
That's a very good
Katie's
analogy.
the mad scientist. I'm the Mad Hatter.
I was gonna say that's gonna stick, bro. That's gonna
I like
stick.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm the Mad Hatter builder.
Dude, you
Or
can like
something.
build up a brand around that and everything, bro. I think you just stumbled upon excellence.
Well, I've always preferred another one somebody gave me, Inspector Gadget too. I
Okay,
always
that's
like
cool.
that one too because I like more than just ITC. You know, like I like all kinds of equipment. I like everything electronic, any kind of technology that we can use, and how can we use that technology and bend it and make it work with other things to make it. Because like we obviously in the however many years we've been looking into the paranormal, even since like what the spirituality or what spiritualism days.
Yep.
You know, like we've all just made assumptions about things. We've always just been guessing, and I mean, but a lot of those guessings are based on personal experiences and personal religious beliefs, all that stuff. But like, you know, we haven't really gotten very far with regards to like actual understanding of the inner workings, like how can we like bridge that, like completely lift the veil between our world and theirs in order to create consistent communication.
Right.
Like almost like the literal telephone to the dead is what we're kind of looking for, right?
Yep.
Or even like a video call with the dead would be even better, right? But how do we get there? And I think the only way we're going to get there is if we continue to keep trying and experimenting with new things, because we can. I mean, you look at the field as a whole, everybody's kind of doing the same general thing, right? They got the EMF detectors, they got the various form of REM pod, they got, you know, the SB7, this box, that box, and a lot of even the ghost boxes, right? Like the ghost boxes are frustrating too, because like there's very little direction to go with ghost boxes specifically.
Right.
I mean, you can take them and do all kinds of stuff with the ghost box, but the core process itself, I mean, it's not much you can do to change it. I mean, we've mainly being like everybody's done. I mean, it's hard to get something brand new that nobody's seen, right?
Right.
But like the more that we can explore different paths, and personally, I think it's a mixture of frequencies, like I talked about at the event. Like it's going to take different types of spectrums, different types, like, you know, because electromagnetic spectrum is not the only frequency spectrum. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, you talk about photons, you talk about, I mean, you can get into the quantum side of it. And like, really, like, that's kind of where I've been kind of listening in on the preachings of, of different people. And so I take all of that into like stride, and it just drives my interest, man. I can't stop.
Well, and frequency, you find it everywhere in
Everything
various
is frequency.
spiritualisms, like let's say Buddhism. There, you know, when they do their mantras.
Oh,
right, and there's a specific frequency that's, you know, so it's all.
Well, that apparently that that sound is actually the note or the tone of the universe.
Yes.
Like when you talk about, what is it, string theory?
Correct.
Like when you apply string theory, that tone that they use is a literal note of the universe, and so they use that to connect to the universe, basically matching the frequency of the universe. And that's how why don't we think about that in the paranormal field so much? Why don't we explore that further, but not just with because a lot of people do it with their minds, you know, they do it spiritually, but why aren't we able to do it somehow technologically? Like, how can we detect these things, you know, where, you know, if you are having a serious spiritual experience, why is it that if we were to monitor you somehow, some way in this moment, like, could we not pick up on that somehow, see what exactly is changing, right?
And has anybody in the paranormal field done that? You know, it's
hard. It is very hard, especially because, like, when you talk about scientific studies, the hard part is, you know, the control. Like, you know, they got to be in a laboratory. And so you have to rely on somebody's ability to manifest or, you know, enter into this spiritual connection at will.
Right.
and it's not always that easy, of course. And so trying to do it outside, I mean, it's really hard to do. And I think that's, I mean, I think it would be cool to have some kind of like a CAT scan done or something
Right.
where it could really map out your brain during these spiritual experiences, or, something like that. I feel like that could be the next step in paranormal investigating, is actually when have people wear these things on their head as they're walking around, as things are happening, and you can see if maybe they say they just saw something. Well, did a certain part of their brain, did a certain part like react differently to give them the ability to see that?
Right.
And then you get into, did a spirit manipulate your brain to be able to see that? Like, can they only show themselves to you because they tapped into you specifically?
Right.
I mean, there's so many things. This rabbit hole never ends, man. And that's just my passion.
And it's great. Let me say hello to a couple of people that popped in. Hey, hello, Candy. And I did miss James Brady, Dark 30 Paranormal, South Carolina guys. I just met them. They're pretty cool. I think maybe you might have met them at the mill, but you met a lot of people. So
I believe I may have.
yeah,
I think he was he the ITC researcher with the EVPs? I think he set up a booth over by the path, like right at the very back of the
no. They didn't have they were just guests. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, and my wife is jumping in. Hey, baby. I'll be home tomorrow, by the way. They have already done scans on things like prayer and the effectiveness on health outcomes and brain scan changes. Yes, this is true. And you know what, Austin? I'm going to stop it. I'm going to thank you right there because I think you just gave me my topic for that Paracon. Like, for real. Like, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so
you're welcome.
Thank you for that. Because I was trying to figure out how am I going to pull this shamanism into the paranormal. And I think we have figured out a rabbit hole, like you said.
What you do is you find, because they have those medical surplus auctions, like where they get rid of like different machines. And I mean, if you're able to find like a true like EEG machine and like something that can do like something along those lines, I mean, you can look at that stuff. I mean, you might be able to do it. I don't know, with radiation and that whole thing, but like if you're able to somehow monitor any kind of vitals,
right,
or anything, then I mean,
it also
get KD
helps
to create a 1,000-foot wire or something, right? Like, just so you can walk around with it,
I mean, and it does kind of come in handy that my wife is an RN. So,
oh, that's even better. So, I mean, there's equipment that you can get, at a huge like discount that you can use to, implement in these investigations. And I think it would be really cool for like you to actually have like the shaman side of it, but then also have all those machines on hand.
Yep.
During these shamans, the sessions and the prayers and all that stuff, right?
Right.
Because then you can actually and have somebody there like monitoring, but like you would have to do it in a way to where like they're just there and almost like you fly on the wall, you can't see them, and you just have to do your thing while hooked up to all this stuff. It'd be, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's easy. It would be because it'd be easy for me because the biggest thing about meditation is to ignore everything that's around you. So the more like noises and stuff that I hear while I'm meditating, the better I can meditate.
Kind of like white noise, right? Kind of.
Sort of, yeah, it's kind of in that realm.
Maybe not exactly white noise, but that, because that white noise is, when you look at it in a subjective way, is just anything that can help you kind of drown out your mind, right?
Right. So I don't know. We're in a rabbit hole that we will continue. We've got about 10 minutes until we take a little break. Oh, but I mean, I think that'd be fascinating to try to figure something out. Yeah, and you know what? Bet you between you, KD, and Jay, I bet y'all could come up with something.
I know that was like the whole reason I tried to clean up the ITC field. It was because like I knew, like, man, what if you guys just got along? Like, what if you guys each implemented a project? Hey,
Wow,
that's nice.
That's all Colleen again. Yeah, can't.
But you know what I mean? Like, what if each of them implemented their own piece to this project? But like, the hard part is,
and Katie just said, "What about add Bruce Holiday into that?" Where'd I put it? There it went.
I think that it would be. I don't know. I don't know if we're ready for that yet. I don't know if the field's ready for that yet. We just got over a bad breakup. Let us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Let us figure ourselves out for a while. You know.
Yeah, it's not you. It's me. I get it.
Right. Well.
Right,
yeah.
right,
No.
yeah.
No, but it is like that though. Like it is kind of like you know, everybody's on a mutual respect type of basis right now, and it's great to see. You know, because from where it was to having, like, you know, 10 years ago, certain people in the field wouldn't even talk to each other. Like they had huge problems with each other, but now I even have them like commenting on each other's posts and like talking and just being cool with each other, because at the end of the day, they've been in this the longest in this field, right? So that is just what I am happiest to see more than anything.
And it just reminds me, like I used to talk to Jay all the time.
Yeah.
And I just haven't. I mean, we've got two things in common: the paranormal, and we're both Marines. So we got along really good. So you know what? I need to reach out to him.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I was just talking to him today.
Yeah.
And I told him I was going to be on the podcast with you tonight, and he's like, Brandon Cooper, why does that name sound familiar?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So you may want to reach out to him again and just send him a message on Facebook or text him or something. Just say, hey, man, hope you're doing well. He'd love to hear from you.
Well, and yeah, I need to do that. He was always super nice to me. I just came out of nowhere and was talking to him, and you know, then we were talking. He's a great dude. We were talking forever.
Oh yeah, he loves to talk though. Loves to talk, man.
I mean, that's what the whole point of a podcast. So that would be great.
Oh yeah,
I'd love.
Just a matter of if he has trouble. He talks like a builder. He explains things as a builder. So like a lot of times it's hard for him to like you know, try to put it into words where people can understand it. And I feel for him, and I have caught myself starting to drift towards that builder lingo, because when you're a builder, you understand it on a different level. But like trying to explain it to people who are not into the technology, who don't understand like the, you know, what we're trying to do.
Right.
That's the hard part. And Jay, I think, gets really nervous about that. So he doesn't do a lot of podcasts, but I think if he would come on for you though, for sure.
Man, you know, and sometimes
vet, man.
Well, and sometimes I just remember like I need to reach out to these people, not just because, you know, I want them on the podcast, but I genuinely care about these people. I talk to them, and then I catch myself, you know, I need to check on people, make sure their health is good and stuff. So,
well, especially, you know, Marines and veterans in general. I think you guys got to stick together more than anybody, just because like you've all been through some shit, and so like, you know, the suicide among veterans is horrible. It is insanely high, and I think that if more people were there for each other, like, you know, it might slow it down a bit. And so I'm always all for veterans supporting one another, and I support veterans and a lot. You know, I think my grandfather's a veteran. My grandfather was a medic over in Vietnam.
Ooh.
And suffered pancreatic cancer because of Agent Orange.
Right. Yep.
And so like it hits real close to home. So, you know, but I don't want to see. I know a lot of friends that have. I know a lot of veteran friends that have that know. You probably know at least one who has committed suicide, right?
Unfortunately, I would need more hands than what I've got.
Right.
And I've lost. Yeah.
and that's just so sad, man. And I think that if you guys were more of a close knit community, it's hard once you're out of the army because life gets, once you're out of the military, life gets in the way, right?
Yep.
I can imagine if you guys still were able to have that brotherhood that you had, because it's hard to adjust to life once you're deployed. It's hard to come back and readjust. But like, if you think about it, if you guys still had a brotherhood, if you guys were all still close knit somehow, I think a lot of it might even be just like if you guys had that, because that camaraderie, the brotherhood between you guys is huge.
That's the first thing that goes once you get out. And now, see, you're giving me an idea of what about like putting together like a one-off of a veterans only paranormal team or something,
and raise money for, well, not only that, but do like an event to raise money for suicide awareness for veterans, like one of those number of organizations. I mean, I think that it would be a great thing, and I think that the more that we can have the veterans together, the better.
Well, that's what the event in Deadwood is for, Sacred Mountain Retreat Center.
Oh, hell yeah!
So and we're trying to get there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great thing, and I think, man, the more that we can have people do that, I think a lot would change especially within the veteran community. Oh
yeah, and I already know, like one of the first people that I bring in would be this Christopher A. Ellis that I served with in Iraq, and we were the same unit for years.
Oh, nice.
So, yep.
Thank you both for your service, by the way.
I just sat in his motor pool office and we listened to the race on Sundays. That's all we
You don't want me to retract my statement, man.
Okay, you're just
taking.
I have never figured out how to take the whole thank you thing because I didn't do it for thank you. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate that you saying that.
And you just got to say like something like, well, I appreciate that we are still a free country or something, something like that.
Well, okay.
I fought for our freedom. I fought, it's great. Thank you I appreciate you you recognizing that and appreciating it.
Well, how about this? I got it. Thank you and your wife for being people worth serving.
That's the best one. That's the best one.
Yeah. Because I
think that will make people.
I did it for y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That'll make people like really, you know what I mean? Like it hits hard. It hits more, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's good when you can have a connection with people. I think people will appreciate veterans even more because when they see that they have a kind heart and just like that, dude. Right.
Yeah. We're okay. Well, you know what? That's what I'm gonna start saying because there are so many people that I meet on a daily basis that's the reason why. I'm okay with being fucked up in the head and the nightmares and everything is because, I did it to people, like you and the people that are watching and the non-existent Colleen, I did it for y'all. So yeah, I think I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah, man, for sure.
For sure. And we got a little private message.
I feel we're close. I feel like we're less than a minute, right?
Yeah. Till we have a break and then we come back.
Yeah, our break was. Oh yeah, till our break. Yep. Okay.
So how about we just go ahead because I'm a little emotional on that one. So, but that's okay.
For sure, brother.
There's not many people. There's not a lot of people that I run into that are sincere when they say thank you for your service. So thank you. Dave tells me to look at the counter. 145 viewers on Facebook. 131 viewers on Facebook. Good God. People. Good God. What's our total number right before we go to break there, Dave? Because if this is the case, I'm going to hand the show over to Austin and he can do it from here on out.
I am happy to announce that you are at 1,341 viewers.
Wow. So all of you, please stay tuned. We're going to take a little break. I need to go to the little shaman's room and I need a cigarette.
I'm sorry,
So,
man.
no,
I'm sorry.
dude, no, it's good. It actually it makes me feel good. So we're gonna pay some bills with some advertisements, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. And Ricky still has not left me. Yeah. That was in Deadwood, South Dakota, by the way. Oh, that video. Can you hear
Oh,
me? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know if you were talking to me or what.
Well, no. I mean, hey, we're back. Oh,
Okay. All right.
so
That was
yeah,
you chasing after the bus?
yeah, there's the little trolley, right? So that was right after I had gotten out of Sacred Mountain Retreat Center, which
Oh, okay.
this place saved my life.
Oh,
So
great.
and
Great.
I will be promoting them more and more. But so that was my roommate Ricky. Well, he wanted to go back to the hotel, and I didn't. So he gets on the trolley, and I'm like, Ricky's leaving me. Well, don't leave me, Ricky.
It's almost like your mother in her robe chasing you down.
Right. Don't leave. Exactly. And normally he's watching. Welcome back, and damn. Yep. No, I didn't miss the bus. I wanted him to get off the bus, but I attempted to start on a trolley. Why are we talking about candy? I want candy now. Everybody's talking about candy.
Damn, now
He wants some
Right?
snacks.
do you have any candy?
No.
I won't see.
You don't even like my candy that I have, so
Linda Judd, hello. Speaking, and I was thinking as I was coming up the elevator after my cigarette, dynamite, they say dynamite comes in small packages, and well, your wife weighs 12 pounds, but she's dynamite. I mean, and that's 12 pounds soaking wet, carrying rocks in her pocket. So yeah,
Like the different rocks that we found over there in the creek.
right, yeah.
I swear, with that extra day that we stayed, the only reason that I wanted to stay the extra day was so that we could go down and just go down there. And we spent 3 hours down there just digging around there. It's crazy, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun out there.
Next time you come down, bring your metal detector if you have one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean any artifacts that you find, you can have them. Like there's arrowheads everywhere and whatever. So
Yeah, I definitely want to come back down again, for sure. So by next year, I will have myself a brand new metal detector ready for use.
yeah, I mean and we were on 55 acres, and unless you guys hit some of those trails, you missed a bunch.
We did hit the trails, but we didn't. I mean, there was a lot of leaves on the ground and everything. It was spring, so.
Well, yeah.
Not much that we could do about it. We couldn't. But if I had the metal detector, it'd be a whole different story.
Exactly. So, welcome back, everybody. This is Shaman Sundays on Sky Door Entertainment. I am your host, Brandon Cooper, with my very special guest, Austin Maynard, from Deathwalker Underground Paranormal Network, which we have discussed, but we'll talk more about. And like in a Scooby-Doo mystery machine, ghost box, and just all kind of goodies. Speaking of the Scooby-Doo ghost box and all of your cool stuff, where can people buy your goods?
Man, you'd think I'd have a website by now, right?
Oh wow, yeah, I was kind of hoping you had one so you can just plug her on in there, but
No, that would make it super easy, but not yet. Not yet. I do own the rights to ITC Voices. So I mean, at some point I hope to implement that, but I gotta have the time and the understanding, or I have to find the right person who knows how to re-implement all the stuff from the old website into the new website. It's become a real pain in the butt because we have to rebuild it, but
no, I get it.
they can. I mean, people can buy my stuff. Just message me on Facebook, honestly, or send me an email. It's undergroundparanetwork@gmail.com.
Okay. Don, did you get that? So we can put that down later. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, see, we got to get more Maynard boxes. Austin ware. What are we going to call it?
Well, I don't do that because it just doesn't sound right. It's kind of like how KD says he doesn't like the KD box.
Yeah,
I feel like the Kenny D box would be pretty cool sounding, but the Kenny box.
Hey,
but I think he hates being called Kenny or Ken. So
well, that's why we do it. That's why we do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Then
mean,
see, he could even go off especially because that new Barbie movie is coming out.
uh-huh.
He could play that whole freaking angle, do a whole series of
Like the
10
Barbie
boxes.
Dream House Ghost Box.
10 boxes, man. Like you got Barbie boxes and Ken boxes.
Hey,
Tell me that
Kate,
wouldn't hit nostalgia for thousands of investigators.
you
Tell me it
know,
would.
Katie is watching right now, so hopefully she can get this information back to
Katie, I just
yeah,
gave you $1 million idea.
$1 million. It was like $1 million wound.
A million fulfilling, whatever the doctor
Right.
said.
I,
A million bajillion fulfilling dollars.
something, I like that. Hey, I just came up with a name. Why don't we call it Colleen's Curiosities?
That's so.
Oh no, did I touch on something?
No, actually, that's you're you're up for the right alley. We're talking about her and her friend are talking about opening up a little what do you call it? It's called the Sisters Cottage, right? And it's going to be like a metaphysical shop and a cafe. Like they're going to serve tea and stuff, and a tattoo parlor.
That's super cool.
And so, but we're actually working. We're actually going to try to do it because I've been eyeing a hospital building in my area, like an old hospital. And if we end up buying it, then we're gonna open it up right there, and they can have a whole side of the hospital, like on the main floor, to have the thing. And who would want to go hang out in an old hospital and get a tattoo and
Right.
some tea? I mean, come on, guys! Like, if you are into cool and curiosity stuff, what else do you want?
So everybody needs to keep their eyes peeled for the Curiosity Shop. Sister's Cottage, like it left me. Thank you for bringing me back.
Yep.
Yeah. So somebody on here, Linda Judd says, "What you making, Austin?"
Ooh. Well, it is a Reaper Xbox with a microphone. So basically, the Reaper, like I said earlier, has the tin can kind of sound to it. It's got a digital signal. It's got a DSP effects processor on it. So it's got that plus echo and reverb separate. Like, so it'll go this plus this. It'll go to the DSP into the echo and the reverb. And so you'll get both effects, plus it's got a microphone, and it implemented all into the system going out the same speaker. So actually, like, working on this new enclosure that I got. It's going to have actually a stand and a handle. It's going to be pretty cool.
I need to get one of your boxes there, Austin. We'll talk offline, and I'm gonna buy something.
Okay. Okay.
Why not? Right.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna turn your money down, you
No.
sexy shaman. You. No, that's not what you said, was it?
Everybody's money is good here.
That's right.
Except like pedophile money or something. I don't know. That's not good.
No.
I won't take their money. I won't do their business.
No, but we'll
just
move
keep
on
that
from
away.
that.
Yeah,
we'll just get away from. We'll get away from that one.
I know.
Yeah, that's. Okay.
Anyways, I know that was
No.
that was in bad taste, wasn't it?
Well, that's okay because now it's in the past. Now it's in the.
past. Yeah, y'all ever watch The Lion King? When Rafiki
that lays down.
Well, yeah. So like Rafiki, he like hits him in the head with the thing, and he says, "Why'd you do that? It doesn't matter. It's in the past."
Yes. Yes. Rafiki,
Rafiki, man.
Speaking of,
that's Colleen's favorite movie too, is Lion King. Though.
I like that. Speaking of, don't leave me, Ricky. Ricky has joined us. Hey, Ricky, you missed the video of me trying to chase you. Like, have you ever gone back to this video for a second? It looks like my legs would break under the weight. I look like a rotten watermelon on toothpicks. It's like the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing, man. Like
What?
That makes me want chicken wings. I really want some chicken wings right now.
Man, I still want some candy, dude.
Dude, I know. Like
Whoever
somebody,
said that, man, curse,
somebody
shame
was
on
like,
you.
who was it that said I have two peanut M&Ms and something, and then my wife jumps on and she's like, I just had a brownie. Oh my God. Look at
You know
there.
what? My lifesaver wife gave me some Dino animal crackers.
Dinosaur approved.
Bro.
It's not candy, but it will get me more. It'll more than get me by. It'll dampen the cravings quite enough.
Yeah, it definitely will. Like I can probably eat this.
These are good too, dude. These are good too. They taste like vanilla wafers.
That's even better.
Dude, I know. They're not like because the other animal cookies are really good too, but
right. But just that little touch of
well, it's because she says it's because of dinosaurs. It's the dinosaur aspect of it.
Yeah, well, it probably is.
Mhm.
So instead of being a disembodied voice, Colleen, would you like to come over and say hello to everybody?
She went into the kitchen.
Oh, so I'll have to say it
Once
loud.
she comes back,
Right.
I will give you the signal.
Oh, yeah. Give me the high sign. Oh, I saw. Just trying to catch up on some of these comments. Man, the comments are coming in like super quick. Hey, Colleen, come let everybody know that you're not a disembodied voice.
Oh my God.
I don't even have my makeup on.
It's just because
Because like what?
I look like I just woke up.
She's shy.
I'm very shy.
Well,
I'm not a figment of your imagination.
Despite the fact that I am,
hello, Linda.
despite the fact that I don't mind being on camera at all,
That's because you look good 24/7, Austin. Not everybody looks that good 24/7. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I know.
Just saying. Like we need like 3 snaps in the Z formation. Like,
Thank you, dear.
yes.
I love you.
Well, I can attest that she does exist, and I almost pulled a photo of you and her off of your Facebook, and it's where you two got your legs crossed in front of a building, and you're looking all.
So that's actually at our village.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right in front of like 100 and what was it? It was because it was built in like 1856.
But
so what's that?
those are,
100
like, my
and
favorite photos of us. Yeah.
That's 117 or something year old.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's a log cabin. Yeah, we just sat in the grass in front of it. Had those pictures professionally done.
Yeah, that was. The only reason I didn't pull it is because I didn't know if Colleen wanted to be out there or not. So I did not pull it. And we have Tabitha Meadows joining us. She says that she just woke up and missed an hour. Boy, you missed a lot there. But you can always go back and rewatch it. While I've got so many people on here, please go and follow my YouTube channel at Shaman Sundays. Once I hit 100 subscribers, I'll start doing some live fun stuff on that. Little shameless plug because it's my show and I can do what I want. I don't even know if I have 100 subscribers. I don't know where my subscribers at. I think I've got like 20. So I think I may have more than 100, but I don't pay attention to it. So everybody's saying for Colleen just to come over and wave at the camera. So just wave your hand in the camera. I can't. The viewers want. We have at least 1,000 people saying it. Yeah. There it is. Look, she exists.
Yeah, that's what I would say. My husband doesn't do nails.
Well.
Oh my God.
Okay.
There you go. She exists. Yes.
Jesus.
This is true.
Yes.
So we can talk to the hand. Yes. That's right.
Yes.
She
And
said
we can
talk
move
to
on.
me. All righty. So, like, what do you got coming up? You got any Paracons or anything you're doing? Where can people come see you and meet you?
That is a very good question.
Should I look on your page?
I know that there's some stuff coming up in August. I know some stuff in September. I think I'm
Okay.
going to the Deadwood Con in September,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's September, right?
Yeah.
But typically, I mean, I spend most of my weekends, man, like because we have all these locations, like I am typically out on site with a team or whatever that booked out the location for an investigation. Like we stay pretty busy over the summer and the spring and the warm months doing that, except when I gotta go to New York or something to film,
Right.
which I will be doing in a few weeks here for the show, so we can try to finish that thing up. Season 4 of Deathwalker.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to start from season 2, man, because and even Nick and Dan Glass will tell you that too. Start from season 2 because the first season they were just kind of playing around with the direction they were going to go. So like they started off by just kind of presenting some theories, some interesting thoughts, and maybe things that they could look into. And so they kind of went with that at first, but season 2 is when they really start diving in back into the investigation part of it. And then season 3 is where I am introduced to. So there's a few of my experiments on there. Not a whole lot, but I'm on a few episodes, and then season 4 is where it's going to get really tricky with the tech.
Oh, here's a good question from our Twitch channel.
Okay.
Is at Austin making a box that communicates with the dead, similar to the one in the movie White Noise, starring Michael Keaton. Ooh, good one.
I am not sure. I don't, because I want to say that isn't that one they use a ham radio.
I think so. Yeah.
They find like that old ham radio in the attic, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? See if you can see if they can remind me. If they can remind me what the radio was.
I think that ham radio was when the son talked to his dad.
Okay.
And I think that was like Radio Flyer or something.
Well, I remember like it was just this old
1,400 viewers. Wow.
And I'm not gonna lie, I could be way off base here because I haven't seen that movie in like, God, man, like 15 years.
Yeah,
but,
it's been a while.
But
for me too as well.
If I can remember right, they had this old the dad, right? The dad had the old ham radio, and he would be doing stuff in his office. His son got in, got the radio, and then him and the girl, right?
Yep.
And so, from what I remember, that was actually what we would consider a form of direct radio voice, or DRV. So, like, that's where it's just set to a dead station, a dead frequency on the radio frequencies, and something comes through and speaks. And so, I've always been interested in the ham radio frequencies. And I know there was that hoax back in the day of that one guy that would do impressions of dead celebrities or whatever.
Yes.
But I still think there's something within those. Maybe it's not just within those frequencies. Maybe a combination of the ham radio frequencies with, like, a dead Citizens Band radio, dead AM station, or whatever. You mix these different ends or different points on the radio frequency spectrum.
Speaking of AM, I heard on talk radio that they are going to kill AM. Like, get rid of, like, all the stations. So could that be used as a better source? Like the short waves. I mean, if you're not going to have that much talking other than pirate radio will take that over. But I mean, what are your thoughts on that one?
I don't think are they talking about doing it just in the US or all over the world?
I need
because
to.
I think that like that would probably make a difference because at night when the ionosphere changes, like
Mhm.
shortwave, AM signal, like all of that travels way further. So I mean, if somebody was broadcasting on the AM bands in Mexico or like I'm up in Ohio, so if somebody did it in Canada, I could pick it up.
Right.
So I guess that would be the question. I
You
mean, they
know,
can
I
shut
don't.
down AM stations in the United States, which would not be too surprising, honestly. Like only thing on AM anymore is sports talk shows, and I mean, really just talk shows.
Yeah, yeah, and some old timey gospel and maybe some bluegrass or something. But
Right, right.
yeah,
It's everything's on FM now, and there's still so many FM channels that are untouched. I mean, especially because it doesn't matter what area you're in or how far your reach would be with the broadcast, right?
right.
Like it would just be like your local area. Like if you were in Charleston,
Yep.
like the area around Charleston will pick up your broadcast. But if you're like all the way over where the Paracon was at, like way out there in the boonies,
Yep.
right? It's not gonna reach everybody. So I mean, I think, but at nighttime,
It's true.
maybe it would reach a little bit further. I don't know what it is about the ionosphere and like shortwave. Like shortwave, you can get from all over the world. Like I can get German broadcasts. I can get,
Yep.
I do get Mexican broadcasts every now and then.
I mean, I don't know. I need to do some more research into that, but I heard that was going to happen. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to look into.
Yeah, definitely something to look into. Definitely, I'd be interested in hearing more about that too, because I mean, yeah, it could be an interesting thing to look into. Obviously, like if they were to shut all of them down, and there's less on there, right? I mean, then you would basically have just a very, very clean AM. Like if you were to still build a ghost box or something with AM, it would just be super clean. Like there would be nothing.
Or you could do pirate radio and somehow do some sort of loop or something.
Well, I mean, honestly, like if you have an AM or an FM like transmitter, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I could do that right now. I could get an AM broadcast device, and then you just plug in a microphone and set it to the right for whatever frequency, and it does. That's how easy radio works. It's kind of crazy. You just gotta like broadcast on whatever frequency you're trying to broadcast on.
See, I don't know much about how the whole radio thing works. Like I know it's megahertz. And
talk to KD. KD knows a lot too. He taught me a lot, and he can teach you a lot.
Yep. I'm starting to get comfortable where I'm starting to learn how to make some boxes slowly. Yeah, I'm getting there, man.
Yeah, man.
Like I did the first, what is it? Chris says it also has some relationship with the Northern Lion. That heard people
because at that point you're talking about the geomagnetic field too. I mean, the geomagnetic field, everything with the Earth, the like the magnetic field, the electromagnetic field too. So the geomagnetic, the electromagnetic, I mean, all of these different things that are produced just by the Earth rotating, gravitational pulls. Like that's why the Mercury and the moons, the retrograde and the lunar cycles and all that stuff have a huge impact on us because the gravitational pull affects everything.
Right.
It affects everything, and all these forces of the universe work together, and it just brings us back to this. Everything, the paranormal, metaphysical, interdimensional, it's all the same reality. It's just a matter of, it's all the same
frequency.
Existence is a better,
way
to say it. Like it all exists in the same area, but the reality is perception. So our reality is not going to be their reality. And if it's interdimensional, I mean, there's no way we could see anything. I mean, how would you be in the fourth dimension, though? That would be a question.
I mean,
I think about that stuff, man. Like,
I mean,
how would you? You can't, because at that point, time and space become irrelevant.
Right.
And so, like, at that point, matter is kind of becomes in a weird,
Obsolete.
not
Almost.
obsolete. It's more or less like, I mean, we couldn't perceive it. We could not perceive because we can only perceive things in 3 dimensions
Right.
or 2 dimensions. Like we cannot perceive things in a 4-dimensional world. But like if there was something in the 4-dimensional world, they'd be able to perceive us.
Right.
But we
can
couldn't perceive them.
We can see ours and then one back.
We
And
can see everything like below us.
Yep.
It's
So
3rd dimension, 2nd dimension. I mean, you know, so I mean that's
yeah. I wonder if that, if that theory holds up, if you just keep going, then
sure.
yes.
You could even look into people don't really talk about this as much as I feel like they should, but the whole idea of dark matter.
Right.
And I mean dark matter, I know it's really talked about more on a bigger mass, like universal scale, but I mean it does fill the void. Like it literally fills all the space that exists between us. Like it's everywhere. We are caught in a web of dark matter. And so dark matter surrounds us completely.
Right.
The space between me and this water bottle is filled with dark matter. And so like I think about, this is, and dark matter is, I mean, it's on the cusp of like full understanding, like full acknowledgement of existence kind of thing. But right now it's still like theoretical, technically, even though it's accepted at this point. But those kinds of things, like we know so little about it, yet it exists. It's there. We have all the evidence in the world for it. So it makes you wonder, like, if that's the case, if it's all around us, like, what if dark matter is literally, I mean, you could even call it antimatter, whatever you want to call it. It's literally the opposite of us,
right?
But it exists. And so what happens? I mean, is that possibly what we're, interacting with, what we're communicating with? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Yeah.
And
but it just means that we really don't understand what the hell's going on right now.
And that's what it all boils down to. Does anybody, especially like the beginning of my show, does anybody know what the hell's going on? And the answer is no. The answer is no.
What's best before? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no,
I relate the paranormal to fishing. You have good days, you have bad days. Your bait is your questions, right? You cast out your line, and you're waiting. You play the waiting game until something comes around. Some days you get all kinds of bites. Other days you don't, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work.
It's true. And Ban Zam says, late to the party. Hi, Austin.
Oh, Ban Zam. How's it going, man?
And also, let's see here. My producer says, do you have a piece of equipment to show us and demo?
Oh. Yes. Actually, hold on. There we go. Let me get it.
There we go. I was going to say, while we wait, we can talk to the disembodied voice that is Colleen.
Nope, she went to the bedroom.
Oh, she's like, I'm going to wave and I'm going to dip. I get it.
Yeah, she's got to work in the morning.
Ooh.
But this is one I just got done with. It's got where is it? The output jack right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually got a temporary mute button right here, and the volume, sweep speed, echo and reverb, one power switch, and then you got your band switch down here. Yeah, I got this one, and one I just got. Where did it go? Where I just put it down? Oh, it's behind me. One I really am fascinated by. This.
Oh, okay. Tell us about that guy.
So this is actually one of those old lingua phones that they used to use in foreign language classes. Right. So like if you were in school and it's the one where you would like have the teacher say something and then it would switch over to the student. The student would try to repeat that.
Oh yeah.
Like to help you learn. but I've actually converted it into a ghost box that will only. And see, I'm still working on it because I want it to be able to record the ghost box session while it's coming through. But I have it to where basically, if I press stop, like it won't
Okay.
play.
Right.
Press play. I mean, the tape's moving. Maybe. I have to adjust, I guess. But yeah, it's one of those ones I'm working on. I'm actually trying to get this cassette recorder, or like the cassette deck itself, to kind of work with the ghost box. So like I could pre-record questions on the cassette deck.
Okay.
And then press play, and the ghost box will play, and the tape audio will play. So like my questions will play, or I'll ask questions. I could leave it somewhere, leave a recording nearby. Like everybody knows what the Boo Buddy is, right?
Yep. Well,
Like,
I mean, I do.
Right, a lot of people do. But yeah, it's the bear that has the pre-recorded questions and the lights on it and stuff. Just imagine that, but you can pre-record your questions and leave it the ghost box to respond instead of just doing EVPs. That's a different idea.
Yeah, I like that. That's really interesting.
I just try to I'm just messing around with stuff, man. Like that's the thing. I'm just teaching myself as I go. I don't. I have very little. The only training I have is from KD, J.W. Prather, and Stephen Katie Halte. Those are the ones that have helped me more than anything. And at this point, I'm just kind of, figuring things out, right?
Oh yeah. Like the first thing that I have built is I soldered up and made an ultrasonic rangefinder.
Oh yeah.
But I use it as a shadow detector. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep, the sonar.
I call this the dagger, man.
I mean, yeah. Love that thing.
I know. Kind of looks like the Loch Ness Monster too, is what somebody said.
I mean, we can go with that. Or, yeah. So now you officially have more Supernatural Ink equipment than I do.
Oh, dude, I have. Let's get into that. Shoot, I can count. Hold on. 1,
Hey, it's so spoiled.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So spoiled.
I have 6, 7. I have at least like 10 boxes from KD, and I even have one from Doug too.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
Well, William Pimblott, for those who are not familiar with him, circuit guru, they call this guy. Like this dude is brilliant. I wish he would come out and build more boxes and stuff because I would like some more equipment from him. He's amazing, but.
I mean, maybe
Family man, he can't.
I've met him once.
Yeah, me too. I know. KD talks about him all the time, but I don't know. I've met him once, and it was a cool thing though because I met him at an event I held at Middle Point School, back in November of 2019 or something. It was cold as hell, but KD, Kat, and him, William Pimblott came out, and I had J.W. Prather came out. I had somebody else too, Doogie from the Tennessee Wraith Chasers.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great event. I had Tim Woolworth too. Tim Woolworth, a brilliant, a guy who's been in the ITC field for a long time. Done, he's the one that started ITCvoices.org and does the site Paranormal Study. Now, but he gives an amazing presentation, a PowerPoint presentation on the ITC, the history of it, and how it's developed over the years. I mean, it's I've idolized this guy for a long time because he just the amount of experience he had, how long he's been in it, and how long he's been looking into it and stuff. So, I mean, that was a good event, and it was cool to actually get to sit there and talk to him a little bit, William Pimblott. He's a great guy. I just wish
Yeah.
I wish he would
I-
come out more,
I know.
right?
I know, yeah.
But-
Like I met him at McIntyre Villa. He came out to an event we were doing, and
Mhm.
you know, he stayed around for like an hour, and then next thing I know, he's gone. I'm like, where do you? Yeah. So
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. I mean, gotta respect him though. He's a family guy. I think from what KD told me, he uses Betsy as a as a what is it? His ticket out of a lot of things, even if she's not the one that's what he says to me. But hey, you know what? Family, you can't knock the guy if he's using his family. It is what it is, right?
I mean, I always say
Family first, though. Family
that's-
first, though. That's what I say. It's hard to be like, all right, man. I mean,
yeah. I mean, hey, you're a family man, and that I'm good with
Yep.
it. But could you come out for like 10 minutes? Yeah.
yeah, or like, but I know the real reason. But yeah, come out for 10 minutes and then you can go.
Right. I'm glad you said that.
I'm sorry if anybody gets mad. KD, William, Doug, I love you guys. Don't hate me.
No, they're not. Nobody's gonna hate you. Family comes first, obligations and hobbies are second. That is 100% correct.
Yes.
I'm just blessed to have a loving and understanding wife to where I can take off for like 3 weeks at a time, and yeah. So,
I mean, I probably could too, but she wouldn't like it.
my wife's so ready for me.
She
to come
wouldn't
home
like
right
it.
now. Yeah, she's
I know.
she's like, I know you're having fun and blah blah blah, but when are you coming home? I'm like, I get it.
I'm a homebody though. I like being at home. You know what I mean? Like home is comfort. So I mean, like I don't really go out as much as a lot of other people do. I mean, I'm not really big on the whole, I don't need my face to be everywhere. I don't need to be seen everywhere.
He's a hermit.
I'm a hermit. Kind of like,
Right.
kind of like him, but I'm a hermit just because like I'm not a social person. Like I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
It's one of those things like where you people individually are all unique and great, and I think I love people, but as a whole, when you look at a general population versus individuals, right? There's a whole separate kind of viewpoint on those, and like nobody really likes the general population, right? Like when you look at it, like people say, I hate people, but they're like the nicest people in the world, like and they're best friends with everybody, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard. It's a fine line sometimes because it's like, man, I love people, but I hate being out there with people too sometimes. And
bro, I'm 100. I get it. Oh
yeah, I try to put that in terms to where people wouldn't get mad at me. Like,
right.
this dude says he hates people. No, I don't.
I love people in doses. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I care about people, and I love people, but I guess it's just because like people, when you see a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world right now, it's just overwhelming, And so I just, I find more peace in just being at home with my wife and, being with my close friends. And, I like going out and seeing my close friends or doing what I got to do, but if I don't have to, I won't.
Right. And I get that.
Yeah.
Really the only reason why I'm out as much as I am is because I wasted like 20 years of my life being a raging alcoholic and with PTSD and stuff, So now I got 2 years. Well, July 15th will be 2 years sober, and so I feel like well, thanks, man. It was. Ooh, that's another story for another time. But
you did it though.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, and I just feel like I missed out on so much that maybe I'm overcompensating a little bit by doing too much. And if you ask my wife, I do way too much. But
that's the reason I stay busy, dude. And it's not necessarily for the same like particular reason, but like I struggle with depression like bad. Like I struggle with chronic depression, and I take medications and everything for it, but
Right.
it's not, the medications don't solve the problem. They just kind of like make it easier to manage. And
Right.
so, I can get into my own head sometimes. And like, that's the worst thing that a person with depression, that's the worst place you can be if you have depression, is in
Well,
your own head.
yeah, and I say this all the time. Your own mind is a neighborhood you don't want to go to alone.
Yes. And so like the main things that I try to do is just distract myself. I try to find things to do, keep my mind busy just to, just get through each day, but like I've learned to do that and I've kind of become accustomed to it anymore. And
Right.
that's kind of how I manage it. But, I think that you got to do that. You got to stay focused on on different things to keep your mind from going to places and to keep yourself from getting back into or walking down certain paths you don't want to go down again. And you just keep yourself from averting, right?
Right. And it helped. It has helped a lot with my PTSD. Like for the longest time, I did not want to leave the house, so I pushed myself to try to, like, I wouldn't drive for the longest time. And, now same point, if you don't do something, then you're going to be stagnant, and stagnation is dangerous.
And it's easier to stay out of the pool than try to stay afloat. And like, if you're able to keep yourself from getting into that and, going into your own head, then stay. Even like, I'm at the point now where if I start to even feel like I can start to feel that dark cloud coming over me, and I've learned to recognize it like right away. Like if I feel it, then it's like, okay, I need to find something to do. I need to distract myself. And it's become like part of my habits now because I have just been dealing with this for so long.
Right.
And so it is, though. It's nice because once I distract myself, I get myself right out of like the feelings go away.
Yep.
So but that's just how I'm able to manage it. I know everybody's got their own ways that they're going to have to find to manage it because not everybody's the same. Right. But you can distract yourself and find better things to do, right?
Right. And
more productive things.
That's the key. Better and more productive. Like that's why I picked up blacksmithing and leather work and stuff.
Yep.
Like that. Little tedious for the leather work and or the soldering.
But that's good though. Like that's what you need. You need something that like where you really need to focus on what you're doing. Like if you are doing something that's kind of like menial, like meaningless, kind of like just, like you're not going to be all interested in, I don't know. You get my point. You guys get my point.
Yeah. Like you have to have something that is not your job.
Something that interests you, something that you can create a passion out of, like dive into 100% because like that's the bored mind is the dangerous mind, right? Is that what they used to say?
Yep. And I've talked to people. I know some people that like get coloring books and they color, and there's no shame whatsoever in that.
No.
Hey,
my wife colors. She has coloring books and colored pencils, markers, like all that stuff. And I mean, a lot of it is just it can be a stress reliever. It can be a distraction. It can be, when a lot of people sometimes when they feel like they're losing control of their life. Whatever, like that's something where you can control it yourself. And
exactly.
There's all kinds of things, man. Even if you got pick up wood burning, you pick up whatever.
The only thing that I have tried, and I think the Satan himself brought it to this earth, is that little diamond where you put the diamond in the little pattern and you make a picture with these little tiny diamond things.
Oh, the kaleidoscopes?
Something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's like it's a picture, right? But you color it with these little fake diamonds, and you have to have like this. Yeah, it's maybe you would like it, or your wife. It's pretty cool. It's called diamond art, I think.
Okay.
Somebody in the comments correct me, but however, I tried it, and I opened the bag and the diamonds flew everywhere, and then it caused way more frustration than what. So
why are you telling us to try it, man?
I mean, yeah.
It's like a horrible experience. It's just hey, try it out. It's kind of like when you see your buddy sniff their shoe and like,
Right.
oh, here, smell this.
Exactly. Yes. Or like the milk, the milk has
Yep.
turned into a science experiment.
Oh, you smell that, dude? Yeah,
Bro, smell this. Yeah.
It's like I just saw you smell it. Why would I want to smell?
But then you end up smelling it anyway.
Yeah,
So-
but we're men, and that doesn't mean that we're necessarily proud of that, but it's
No,
what we
but
do.
It's what we do. It came in the handbook at birth.
It's just, I mean, I don't know. We can't explain it.
No.
We can't explain it. It's this urge inside of us, this carnal need, desire
smell that thing.
to smell the gross things and to,
Right.
that's just how we're wired.
Yeah, like I guess that's a safer version of touching the hot stove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Tracy, welcome to the last 8 minutes of the show. Diamond painting is a craft. There you go. I mean, my neighbor loves doing it.
Yeah.
And I mean, and if your wife likes to color, that's something to look into. I just couldn't do it.
You hear that?
It was not for me.
Diamond painting?
Diamond art or diamond painting. Yeah.
Diamond art, diamond painting, or diamond coloring, something like that. Brandon says you should look into it.
I mean, I can see where it would be pretty freaking cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just
something new, something interesting.
Yep. And I tried it. I can say I tried it, and I can say I don't like it. However, that's it's not for everybody. But
yeah, it's not for everybody. But not everything's for everybody. So that's the beauty of this country that you fought for, sir.
Thank you with that again.
You know what I mean?
Thanks, brother. Oh yeah, so that I can throw diamond art against the wall. That's why I fought.
Yep. And then have other people still want to try it. I mean, it's okay.
Right. It's
okay.
Cool. I will give you. And see, that's another thing about this great country. I can tell you my opinion, and you don't have to listen to it because it's my opinion. Everybody is entitled to think the way they want.
Man, that's a whole nother can of worms that we could be.
Yeah,
be a whole nother.
luckily, we do not cover such topics on this network. So
I do agree with you, though.
Yeah,
but we'll just leave it at that.
Right. It's just safer not to talk stuff like that. We'll stick with the
politics and religion. Politics, religion, and money.
Oh yeah, those are the three no-nos.
Yep.
Oh, yep. So we have 5 minutes left. Is there anything that we missed? Socials, websites, people get in touch with you. Do you have a professional page?
Underground Paranormal Network on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. I think Facebook is the UGPN, and then Instagram is like the _UGPN or something. It's Underground Paranormal Network, 3 separate words. And on my personal Facebook page, austin.maynard.10. You can find me there on Facebook as well. But all of my builds, everything I build is usually either up on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. It's all on all 3 of those. And if they're available, I put it out there. But I typically do a lot of custom orders. So if anybody wants something, just reach out to me directly, and I'll try my best to make you something that you want, something that you're happy with. Me and Terry Long even. I don't know if anybody knows who Terry Long is. She does that Long Gone Dolls. Is a thing that she does. It's basically these dolls that she makes them look really creepy and badass in my opinion. But me and her are working together. I'm about to be doing 3 or 4 more of those ventriloquist dummies as ghost boxes. So like when you pull the string in the back and it opens up their mouth, right. Like the voice gets louder because the speaker's like right here and shooting up into the hollow head. It's pretty cool.
Oh wow, that does sound awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta give a quick shout out to my daughter who just tuned in.
Hello, daughter.
Katie. Hello. I would say, why are you up so late? But you're in college, so whatever. You do you, boo.
Yep.
I love you, and I'll be home tomorrow.
That's a rite of passage there.
Dude, yeah, like, hey, have a good time. She's doing the whole sorority thing, and
Oh man,
yeah, she's living
have
it
fun.
up. Yeah. But I told her, oh, finals. She's got finals. I told her, I said, your first 2 years of college are going to suck, but just push through it because your last two generally just kind of rock.
Depends on what college and what her mindset is like, because your first 2 years of college could be the greatest years of your life too.
Well, this is
But
true.
depends on what you're looking at for your future and how hard you're still thinking about your future, because you could easily ruin all that too.
Exactly. Well, she's just tired of the core classes. She's ready to get in the meat and potatoes. She's there for horticulture. So.
Oh yeah. Get out there in the greenhouse and actually do the labs and all that stuff, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
She's ready for that.
Sure.
So we've got 2 minutes left. I always wait for Carol Garcia to help me end my show, and then I always end my show with a saying. There it is, Carol Garcia. Can you go ahead and pull that comment up there, Dave? Remember to smile. I mean, I like it. You know what? It's the simple things. And then what I say as I end every show, and hopefully maybe you and your lovely wife will get something out of it. It's not about surviving the storm, but it's how you dance in the rain. And that's really all that matters. I want to thank my very, very special guest, Austin Maynard. Dude, bro, this has been fun. I'll definitely love to have you on again down the road.
Yeah, man.
2 hours went quick, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure that we could go on and on. Like, I'm always talking to Katie too. So like, I'm always down, dude. I'm always down.
Man, I appreciate it. And I'd like
I
to
appreciate you having me on too.
Yeah, man. I mean, good Lord. And you're here on a record-breaking freaking night too.
Yeah, man. Wow. Thank you for everybody else for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you. It's all Colleen. We know. We understand. So I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. I love each and every one of you, my tribe. Tune in next Sunday. Where my guest will be, I don't know because I haven't booked him yet. So
TBD.
Yeah, TBD. So good night, everybody. Yeah. I'm going to throw my rod forth to get the protein in the water. You want to come with me? Play with my rod, Scott. Touch it.
Scott, it's for you.